guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Caroline, and today it's a gloomy Saturday. It's rainy, and I thought, what better than to sit down and do a book haul with you guys. So that's what we're gonna do. I have been going around to random bookstores in my area for the past couple of weeks. We've been just going around the city I live in for random things, and I always have to stop in bookstores when I go. So where I live, I have Half Price, we have Second and Charles, and we have a lot of other just independent bookstores. So I've been collecting some books, gotten a few books off of Pango, and yeah, we're just gonna go through it. I have about 15 books, I think, and it's all random genres. I tried to group them together. We're gonna start with romance because that is the fewest I have. But yeah, before we jump in, I just wanted to say I hope y'all are having a great week, a great month. I'm so glad y'all are joining me today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the first books I picked up were Out on a Limb and Out of the Woods by Hannah Bodum Young. If you've watched my other videos, specifically my 25 and 25, Out on a Limb has been one that I have been needing to get to complete my physical 25 and 2025. So I finally got it. I'm really excited to pick them up. I've been told to start with this one, so I've been waiting to get this one before I start the other ones I have. So hopefully that will happen soon. I'm not exactly sure what they're about. I know that they are very cute, wholesome, not super spicy. Yeah, just more relational romance. So if you like that second chance, friends to lovers, forced proximity seems to kind of be her thing, but I'm really excited. I've heard really, really great things about her romances, and they seem to be a lot like Hazel Jack's books. And I've always said that if I can find anything like her books, I will read anything that is like her books. So hopefully they live up to the hype, live up to the expectation. If you think I should start with a different one than Out on a Limb, I have all of them now. So let me know if you think I should start with a different one other than that one. Then the next one I picked up was Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. This is another one that's one of my most highly anticipated for 2025. I just hadn't gotten around to picking it up. So this one is the third, and I believe it'll be the last one in the When in Rome series by Sarah Adams. These are typically closed door romances. So if you like something with no spice, no smut, not even like an indication of anything, Sarah Adams is a really good author to read, but they aren't boring or religious or anything like that. They're really sweet, they're really fast-paced. The family aspect in them and the friendship family and the small town characters in her books are always really, really great. It's very similar to, I would say, like Lucy's Score, but if Lucy's Score had no spice. So if that sounds like something you would like, I would recommend Sarah Adams. My favorite one so far has been The Rule Book. That one is so good. Most people didn't like that one, and I think it is one of her more spicy ones, but that one is my favorite. This one, the When in Rome series, is her small town romance series. She's kind of all over, and I love it. And I love her books. Okay, so that's all the romances I got. So now we'll get into my thrillers, and really that's all I have left. I have a couple literary fiction and nonfiction, but it's mainly mystery and thrillers. I don't think there's a surprise there. The first one I got was Little Cruelties by Liz Nugent. I did not know that she had written this book. So I had seen this at my Second and Charles, and if you'll know me and you've watched my videos, you know I love Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. That was one of my favorite books last year. I connected so much with Sally Diamond, and I just think she wrote her to be such a quirky and relatable character. And that's what I really love in thrillers, is when it's morally ambiguous, but you still feel a connection to the character and you feel like you should root for him still a little bit. And Liz Nugent writes main characters like that in thrillers. So if you want to feel that confliction of, should I root for this character because they're kind of crazy? Or are they actually just crazy? Liz is your girl. This one, I don't know what it's about. I don't want to know. I just know that it's probably going to be quirky and short chapter, fast paced, and really, really, really psychotic. So I'm excited. Okay, the next one, I haven't read anything by this author, but it's Black Widows by Kate Quinn. I have The Clinic by Kate Quinn. I haven't picked that one up. This one, I just picked it up because of the cover, and then I read the synopsis. I mean, I never read the synopses, but I read the synopsis, and it's kind of a cult thriller. It's about a polyamorous man who has a lot of wives, and it follows, I think, several of them, 3 of them, Rachel, Tina, and Emily, and one of them is accused of unaliving someone, and it's gonna follow through the investigation, I'm sure, of who did it. Were any of them responsible for it? I'm assuming probably not, and it may be the husband, but I love cult thrillers. Cult thrillers are like my niche. I love cult thrillers, and so as soon as I see one, I pick them up. I've pretty much read all of them, so when I saw this one, that's what really got me excited. If you've read this, let me know if you like it, if you don't like it. Also, if you liked The Clinic, let me know. I just realized that this has a lot of annotations in it. I did not check that. Oh well. Do you ever get a book and it has like really, really sloppy annotations and you don't realize that before you buy it, and you're like, I'm not gonna be able to fix that. I'm not gonna be able to fix that. Like the underlines are like drawn through the words instead of being under the line. Anyway, random tangent. What's the surprise there? Okay, the next 2 I got are from the same author. That is Carter Wilson's Tell Me What You Did and The New Neighbors. Tell Me What You Did has been probably my most anticipated read for 2025. I've never even read a Carter Wilson book, but I just know that I'm gonna love this one. It has a major podcast element in it. We're following a podcaster who interviews people, normally anonymously, and they confess to different crimes. And that is just such like a cool premise. I mean, obviously not for real life, but for fiction, it's a really good premise. And then The New Neighbors, it seems like it's gonna be about the lottery and somebody in a neighborhood getting the lottery, and I'm sure people finding out and like going after that neighbor. I don't really know. His books are super long, but I've heard such great things, and I found both of these used, which was really, really cool because I never have found any of his books used, and then I randomly came upon them, I think at half priced. So I'm excited for those. The next one I got is Harlan Coben's Don't Let Go. This is just one that I don't have in paperback. I'm trying to get all of his books in the cool paperbacks, not the ones with the pastel spines, but just like his good, unique paperbacks, and they're really, really hard to find. So when I find one that I don't have, I make sure I grab it, and this was one that I was surprised was in like pretty good condition that I didn't have. I believe this one is in the Myron Bolitar series. I just don't exactly know which number it is because that series is like 13 books now, but I'm sure it's going to be a 5-star. I haven't read anything that isn't a 5-star from Harlan. So this one is definitely like, well, I want to say it's like high up on my to be read, but honestly, I want to read all of Harlan's books this year, and I have so many to read, and there's no way I'm going to get through all of them this year. So I've got to figure out which ones are actually on my higher up, my most, what am I trying to say? Basically, I need to figure out which ones I actually want to read the most, because I also have already gone out of order on Harlan's Myron Bolitar series, so I have to decide if I actually want to start at one, or do I just want to keep reading them in random order? I don't know, because I've already messed up the order. So what do I want to do? It's very conflicting. I'm very conflicted, if you can't tell, and I cannot talk today. But I got to figure out which ones I want to read. I'm excited for that one. There's that. Okay, the next few are literary fiction. I picked up Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. This one, so I want to do a series where I just read really short stories, short novels, small books that are just abnormally small and adorable and cute, because I think that would be such a cute video, like read short books with me for a week. Yeah. So this one's really short. It's only 230 pages. The cover is beautiful. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of Ella Berman's new book coming out this year, but I'm really excited to read this. I have heard about it, and I have just never found a copy to pick up, and Half Price had one. This one is one of those like creepy motherhood books, which I don't need to read any more of those. Like The Push and all these creepy kid thrillers have already made me not want to have kids. I don't need any more, and yet here we are. So I'll be picking this one up soon. In typical Caroline fashion, I'm reading books that aren't good for me. Okay, the next one I picked up surprised me. That's Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. This one, it's really random. Really random. I have never read an Angie Kim novel. I've never read a novel like this before. I also don't know if this is considered fiction or thriller or all of the above. Like, I don't know if it's considered a mystery thriller, but it's about a tragedy that happens in a hyperbaric chamber, which basically, if you don't know what a hyperbaric chamber is, it's a treatment where you're locked in like a pressurized capsule and you're delivered like 100% oxygen, I believe. It's supposed to allegedly treat a lot of different disorders and sicknesses. I'm no expert in it, but I have heard some about it. Basically, in this book, 3 people end up passing away in this experimental treatment facility that has a hyperbaric chamber. So I don't know, I read it and I was just very intrigued, and it's very out of my comfort zone, but that's what I'm trying to do this year. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So convince me to read this and pick this up in the comment section, please. Please, because it will probably sit on my shelf for a while because I'm too scared to read it. But I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. Okay, the next one also is really random. I realized that a lot of these that I picked up were very random buys that I just stumbled upon, which is what I love about used bookstores and what I love about reading and book shopping, is I always find weird things to try, and that excites me. So the next one I picked up, have any of y'all read Goodnight Moon, or did your mom or dad or grandparents read it to you growing up? Because if you have, I'll actually put a picture of the kids book right here. It's called Goodnight Moon. My mom read this book to me all the time. All the time. My siblings read this book all the time. And I've thought about it in my adult life and been like, that'd be such an interesting book to know like what the story would be like as an adult, because I just read it so much as a kid. And my second and Charles had the adult version. Who even knew there was an adult version? I did not. This is called Goodnight June by Sarah Gio. I am so excited for, I don't know why, but it's all for the nostalgia. It's only for the nostalgia. I bought this book because I literally like teared up in Second and Charles, because I just remember like all the memories of my mom reading me this book growing up, but in the kids version. And I don't know if that excites any of you like it excites me, but I had no idea there was an adult book about that story. And it's obviously like speculative about what the Goodnight Moon book ending would be in like an adult world, but I think it'll be really cool to read. And like, I'm just glad somebody took that story and ran with it and made it something that adults can relate to. The next one I picked up was Phantom Limb by Lucinda Berry. This one I was shocked to find in Second and Charles, especially because it's the independently published one. I don't know if it's been published traditionally yet, but this one's the independently published one. Lucinda Berry always messes me up with her books. Saving Noah destroyed me last year. Like, completely destroyed me. I don't cry, and I especially don't cry in books and in movies, but that one I was sobbing, and I expect this to do the exact same. This one I heard is also very sad. I don't even want to know what it's about. They're always very short. They're very short chapters. They're very fast paced, and I simply am so excited. I also saw that the audio went on sale for that this week, so I might get the audio too, and that will add to the tears. That's what I need right now. Then I got If Something Happens to Me by Alex Finley. So this week I was sent Parents Weekend on audio from Alex Finley. Thank you so much, Macmillan Audio, for sending me that book. I was so excited to get an audio ARC. I don't think I've ever gotten sent one before. So that one was my first Alex Finley book. That one is like, it was like a 3-star. And I think it was just because it was the audio. The audio has a lot of characters they're all narrated by the same person. Some of them are men, some of them are young kids, and they're all narrated by a woman. It got very confusing being in all these different POVs and it all being told from the same woman. So I think if I read it in the hardcover book, it would be better. But this one is one that I will read just in the hardcover and hope that it goes better. I don't really know what it's about, but before I got Parents Weekend, I really wanted to pick up this author just because I've heard such great things. And this is one where a person writes a note and they're basically in the note, if you were reading this note, I'm gone. And the person that finds the note, I'm assuming, backtracks to try and figure out where this person went, what happened to them. So I am excited for that one. Even though Parents Weekend was a 3 for me, I would still recommend it. I would just say maybe read it in a hard copy. The next one I picked up was Worst Case Scenario by TJ Newman. These books, I have Falling, the other one that she has. Falling, this one, and one other one. They're all about plane disasters, things that go wrong on airplanes, hijackings, just all these different things. And okay, that's one would be awesome to read right now, right? It's already terrifying flying. Imagine reading this in an airport right now when you're about to get on an airplane with how many of them are going down and everything. It's very scary to be flying right now. So I feel like I have to pick one of these books up right now, and I think I have to start with Falling. But I'm really excited for this one. I don't want to read what it's about because I'm pretty sure they're at least interconnected standalones or something, so I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But if you've read them, and you think, if you've read them, let me know. Do you think that reading them would make me way too paranoid with all the airplane stuff happening right now? Or is it not that scary? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, and then if you know me, you know I love Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I don't have her up here with me today. It is Cher's Day. Oh God, it's Cher's Day. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg is my idol. I want to own all of her books. So far, I've only found one, but I actually found a second one at Second and Charles yesterday, and I'm so excited. It is a 700-page biography about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I am so excited. It has pictures of her. It has different dissertations and different things she wrote. This lady that wrote this book, Jane Sharon DeHart, she interviewed Ruth while she was still alive, so there's a lot of the transcripts in here. And I really want to read this just throughout my life, not at one time. I want to make an entire display shelf of Ruth Bader Ginsburg books in my home so that people know when they come in that she is the queen. And I want everything to be annotated so that if people want to know about her and learn about her, it has stuff that I've read that I think is important about her. I really look up to her in so many ways, and I'm very excited to have found that one. And then the last book I picked up for this haul was one that I've never heard of before, and that is Beyond Belief by Jenna Miscavige Hill. This is about, I believe it is the niece of the leader of the Church of Scientology. She is now escaped and gotten out of the Church of Scientology. And this is her memoir of what it was like being raised in the Church of Scientology as a child, how manipulated and brainwashed she was, and her life post Scientology and what it's like to be free now. And I just have a lot of fascination with other religions and cults, and I love learning about them and learning other people's stories, especially the people that have actually lived through it. I think they bring a valuable perspective to the table and to the conversation. And yeah, I love reading those types of stories. So if you have any recommendations for nonfiction, like religious memoirs about different people's stories and journeys, send them my way. I would love to hear them. I think that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for sticking with me and listening to my book haul and going through my book haul with me. I hope y'all have had a great week. Be safe out there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.